Hello Italy's lovers, and welcome to our channel. In today's video, we will take you to one of the most beautiful cities in the entire world, Siena. A city of 1,000 colors, rich in history and culture, and with a medieval charm that is still almost intact today. Siena lies nestled among the Tuscan hills. A cultured city and an ideal destination for lovers of good food, Siena fascinates even looking at it from afar. UNESCO has called it a masterpiece of dedication and inventiveness, in which buildings were designed to fit the whole design of the urban structure, and in 1995 put it on the World Heritage List, for having skillfully preserved important features of its medieval structure. A historic center bounded by the ancient ramparts built between the 14th and 16th centuries, and a main square, Piazza del Campo, that leaves you speechless with the number of monuments and sights to admire. History and interesting facts about Siena. Siena's history began as a Roman military colony at the time of Emperor Augustus, but it was not until the 10th century that Siena began to acquire great political and economic importance. It was at the center of important trade routes, and it was during the turbulent years of wars with neighboring Florence that it experienced its best period. Great artists such as Duccio di Bonensegna, Simone Martini and the Lorenzetti brothers had the opportunity to express their art in the city. In 1240, with the schools of medicine and law, the University of Siena, one of the oldest universities in the world, was founded. The height of its splendor was reached thanks to the government of the Nine, which came to power in 1287 to remain in power until 1355. During these golden years for the city, construction work was begun on such marvelous monuments as the Duomo, the Palazzo Pubblico and the Torre del Mangia. The decline of the Republic of Siena began with the plague epidemic that killed 3/5 of the population in 1384. Siena's pride never faded, and to this day the city is still tied to the historic division into contrade within the medieval walls. The same 17 contrade every year since 1644, twice a year on July 2nd and August 16th, compete in the iconic Palio di Siena, an equestrian joust of medieval origin that takes place in the Piazza del Campo. What to see in Siena? 10 must-see sights. The historic center of Siena, untouched for centuries, shows itself today almost as it appeared in the 14th century. The journey to discover the city starts from the wonderful Piazza del Campo, surrounded by impressive monuments that will keep you busy for a few hours. From the heart of Sienese social life, after taking a few photos, taking advantage of the red color that is enhanced by the sun's rays, start by climbing the Torre del Mangia with its 400 steps, an unmissable vantage point over the square and the rooftops of Siena, and visit the Palazzo Pubblico, which houses the Civic Museum with masterpieces such as Simone Martini's Meister and Ambrogio Lorenzetti's fresco cycle effects of good and bad government. Font Gaia is the city's first public fountain, and deserves a souvenir photo before moving along the city's narrow streets to the monumental complex of Siena Cathedral. One of the highest examples of an Italian Romanesque Gothic cathedral, the Duomo houses sculptures by Nicola and Giovanni Pisano, Donatello, Michelangelo and Bernini. With a single admission ticket, you can access the Piccolomini Library and the Gate of Heaven, which has been closed to the public for centuries. And, with a bit of luck, you can also admire the cathedral floor, which is uncovered for only a few weeks a year, usually between June to July and August-October. Take your time to admire every nook and cranny of the cathedral, not forgetting a visit to the crypt, and continue to the nearby baptistry of St. John by descending a few steps. With its ogival vaulted naves completely frescoed, the baptistry is among the most shining examples of 15th-century Sienese painting. 4 ideas on what to do in Siena. Premise required: every corner of Siena hides treasures and glimpses to photograph. If you are in the center, behind Piazza del Campo is another example of the Sienese style, the Loggia della Mercanzia, a Gothic Renaissance work composed of a wide-open loggia with 3 high arches on pillars with rich capitals. From this monument testifying to the mercantile power of medieval Siena, you can walk up to the sanctuary of Santa Caterina, which incorporates the former home of the Benincasa family, the birthplace of Santa Caterina. The sanctuary is divided on 3 floors into various porticos, lodges and churches of various eras. Of particular note is the Church of the Crucifix, built in the early 1600s to house the crucifix from which Catherine received the stigmata in 1375. Art lovers cannot pass up a visit to the Museo dell'Opera, one of the oldest private museums in Italy, located behind the cathedral. Founded in 1869, the museum houses 2 masterpieces by Duccio di Bonensegna, the Meister altarpiece and the polychrome stained glass window made for the Duomo's apse. What to eat in Siena? 6 specialties for all tastes. As you stroll through Siena's red streets, you will be drawn to the inviting smells of Sienese cuisine, which has its roots in the past and relies on wholesome products such as vegetables, legumes, and meats. Make yourself comfortable and let yourself be overwhelmed by the rich platters of local cured meats and cheeses such as capicollo, finocchione and pecorino di Pienza. For a richer meal you can play it safe with peachy with wild boar ragu, found in every restaurant and trattoria in Siena. Vegetarians can choose peachy with cacio e pepe or tri-gnudi, delicious balls of ricotta, spinach and parmesan cheese topped with butter and sage. Sienese cuisine is also rich in sweets such as panforte di Siena, which dates back to the 13th century, and can be found in any cafe or pastry shop in the city. Cavallucci are tasty cookies with walnuts and candied fruit, but if you love almonds, you have to try Siena's ricciarelli, oval-shaped sweets made of almond paste, enriched with vanilla and candied fruit. That's all for today's video. We hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to never miss other great videos like this.